All right, so to access our forms in the site, we're going to go to our Forms tab and Form List. This is the only place that you'll need to go to access your forms.
Good.
And in here, we do have a Contact Us form. That's just going to ask the member for like their first name, last name, email address, and I think that's it. Just a really straightforward.
Okay.
Then we've got the membership app.
Does it have a phone number?
Let's take a look. So I just selected Edit to view what's inside this form. Now, basically, the right-hand side of our form is a rough draft of what the form will look like on the front end, whereas the left-hand side of the form gives us different customizations or fields that we can add to our form. So in this instance, I've got a first name, last name, an email, the message, and a phone number.
Okay, good.
Does that sound good?
Yep. Perfect.
Awesome.
I prefer phone over email, so I was just hoping that we had a phone number in there.
Yeah, we sure do, and we can make these required. So to like make any edits to these fields, I'm just clicking on the field itself, and you'll notice I said over here on the right, it shows us what customizations we can make. I'm just going to turn these on as required.
Okay.
Maybe the message won't be required, but the name, email, and phone I think should be. What do you think?
I do. I 100% agree.
Cool. So I'm gonna let's look at this form on the front end. Now, to test our forms, you really always want to use an incognito window, and the reason why is because if you try to test a form as an admin, the form is not going to allow you to test it because it's like, why are you renewing your dues? You're an admin. Why are you contacting us? You're an admin. It gets confused. So I always use an incognito window. I think it's the easiest way, and that's just available in your browser.
Right.
Have you used an incognito window before?
I've seen it.
Okay. I have a lot of associations who wouldn't know what that is. So it's always, if you use Chrome, it's always going to be in the top right-hand corner. There's a drop down where you can select new incognito window.
Yep.
Now I'm going to type in MOCN.memberclick.net, and then we need the alias of the form. So we would have talked about this when we talked about content as well.
Okay, right.
The alias for the form will always be under our Form Settings tab. And there it is.
Contact us. There you go.
What?
Is it because you're in it?
No. Let's see what this does. Now, that is very bizarre. It's not a redirect. Hold on. I'm just changing the alias to see if that could be it. There we go. So what just happened is my assumption was that contact us alias maybe was used on an article or somewhere else in the system. You can't have the same alias going to two different places because the system just gets confused. It's like the contact us alias can't take us to a contact us article and the form at the same time. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Cool. Now at this point, there's a login section. I don't know if there should be a login section for this contact us form or not.
No, absolutely not. There's no way they can log in.
Great. So I'm going to turn off the login section.
Okay.
What could happen is there's not only an already existing users, there's also a new users section. But what that new user section will do is collect their email, prompt them to create a password, and then it'll create a prospect profile for them. But we can just turn that off, and it'll just take us directly to the contact us form, which looks like this.
The name looks fine. The email looks fine. Can you change the phone placement with the message?
Absolutely. So going back into our form, I can just grab and drag this. It's that easy.
There you go. All right.
And now I'll just refresh my page. There we go.
There you go. Now it makes sense.
Awesome. Now at this time, we'd put in our first name, our last name, our email,
Right.
our phone, and then we would just hit submit.
Yes.
So would we say this contact us form looks solid?
Absolutely. I like it.
So now I want us to go look at that membership application.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to select edit for the membership application. And let's go ahead and view this on the front end as well. So what we want to do is grab our alias once again.
Yeah.
And this time we're going to throw in our alias, and it's going to bring us to the membership application. Now, you have to fill in a new user. You have to log in for this because the login is what creates the member's profile. So I'm going to put in my email address in here.
Okay.
And I'm going to hit register. It'll prompt me to create a password that can be as simple as the number 1.
Okay.
Any questions so far?
No, pretty easy so far.
All right, we're going to have them create a profile. And now it's going to bring us to the membership member type section where I can choose a member type, either a $1 trial, a $189 VIP, or an $89 gold.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and choose $89 gold. At this point, it tells me that I'm basically signing up for 1 period, which equals 1 year. My next expiration date, say that again?
That's actually 1 month.
Oh, I'm sorry, yes, and that's exactly why we don't say, that's exactly why we don't say 1 year membership options, because a period can be defined as different time amounts. So it would be 1 month. My expiration date would be February 28th, which is 1 month from today.
Right.
And then my duet.
And the automatic renew button is already checked.
And we cannot uncheck it.
Which is great.
Now from here, we'd have to put in our name, our phone number. We've got our email, our address. And a spouse's name if applicable, spouse's phone number. All of these items with the red asterisks are required. These without the red asterisks are not required.
Makes sense.
Now, I think what I wanted to do here that I did not do is I did want to add in a question, and I thought that I did that. Oh, yes, this one. I was thinking that I wanted to make it, I was thinking that I wanted it to ask them, would you like, is this membership for myself or is it for, oh, I know why it's like that. There's an additional fee if you're registering your spouse as well.
Okay.
And so what I think I wanted to do is add on if this is for your spouse, which I think all I have to do for that is say, and I think there's additional amounts for that. Let's take a look at this. And then I think what I wanted to do was only allow the spouse's information to populate if, so I'm going to apply some, oh, it won't let me in here. It won't let me add field logic. Do what?
All right, so the thing is we've got up at the top, we've got $1, $189, and $89. And that's only if it's if it's just individual. Should we not ask that question prior to the member type so we know what the pricing is?
I see what you're saying. So we can have attribute-based pricing, and I can add an attribute to the form. So it's almost like an add-on after they've chosen their member type. But okay. I definitely, we could create like additional, let me show you in the actual member type where it pulls from.
Okay.
So let's go to 199. I think I already set this up. I did. So see how it says this membership is for myself, 189. Right. This membership is for my spouse and myself, 258.
So the only thing that if we put this membership is for on the questionnaire, the easier way to do that, instead of changing all of the things that I was thinking about up at the front, once they answer the question, this membership is for me and my spouse. If they click that, then we can say, then qualify it by making them check a box saying the $89 or the $189 is going to be X. Is going to add $60 to my monthly cost. Right? So
explain to me again how you were thinking that was going to look.
If I click the, I'm coming into the membership page, or to the application page, and I click on the $89. Let's say I click on the $189 package.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I go on down, and it says this membership is for me, is for my spouse and myself. When I click on that second button right there where you're hovering, if I click on that, it will say this will add $60 to your membership application pricing.
Exactly. It'll show you, and it'll show you on the summary page.
Okay.
So if the membership's for myself, it's $189. If it's for the spouse as well, what is it, $158 or $258?
Yes, but membership is for my spouse. Then that would be not $258. It would be $60.
But it's really more about.
There you go. Okay.
It's really more about the total amount of the membership. Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay, let's think through this. So I think what I could do is, I see what you're saying. It's more like an add-on.
Yeah. To me, $189 is a price, and $256 is a price. But $189 for me, and then just for my spouse in there too, it's just another $60.
Might as well just add my spouse. I totally agree.
And I'm not spending $256. I'm spending $189 plus the $60 for my spouse.
So what we could do is we would say $189 new. It's a standard pricing, and the standard price is $189.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll have an advanced member landing. This is $189. The advanced, I'll change that attribute from so what I'm doing right now, I'm going to go back to the attribute and edit that custom attribute. Okay. And then we'll have, would you like to add how would you like to word that?
Spouse is fine. I'm not politically correct. I am the worst person in the world to ask what your
I'm wondering if we should say, like, would you like to add your spouse for a discounted rate of $60? Or for a discounted rate?
That's good. Yeah. I like that.
Or at a discounted rate. We could even say like limited discounted rate, but
yeah,
I know it's not actually limited, but
well, yeah, and I know. I think we're stretching things as much as we need to stretch them around here.
So we'll say yes, and then we're going to go to the form list, back into the form, and then still just say it won't be required, and it'll just say 60. And then now when they take this, let's start over. So, and you know what I want to do? Let me play with one more thing. I kind of would like to put, this is what I want to do. I can't add field logic because this is a membership application, but what I can do is kind of create a new section.
Okay.
Oh, I meant to update. Who is this? Who? What did we say? Would you like to add your spouse at a discounted rate? And then what I'm going to do down here is add just like some, this will look good. And then I'll say, please complete the below information about your spouse, if applicable. We'll see how this looks. Okay. So we're selecting our member type. We're choosing 189. We're putting in our information, our phone, our email, our address. All right, would you like to add your spouse at a discounted rate? Yes. And that should add the $60, but we'll look at that in just a second to make sure. Spouse's name, if applicable, we'll put in the spouse's information. The referral name should be below the spouse's information, right?
Yes.
Because that's its own. So then I'll put another header that says, please complete the below referral information. Because I don't want it to get lost.
Right.
Did I spell referral correctly? That looks wrong.
REFERRAL.
Killed it. Okay. Okay. Spouse's information. I want to make sure this adds it. Let me bold some of these headers. How is this looking to you?
So far, so good.
And then we've got the private membership agreement.
Right.
And then at the very bottom, they have to say, I agree to be above e-signature.
Right.
So let me put in my info.
Okay, so the 250.
Oh, this is still funky.
Yeah.
What is going on? I know what it's going to do.
Okay, so just put that second thing as $60.
Yeah, I know why I did that, because I still have the old 189 option available. It's this one that we need to add. Bear with me.
I'm with you.
Okay, let's try this. And I also made that already. Edit. Haha. This needs to say 60. There we go. Now we're on to something. I kind of would like to put this below here. Okay. All right, let's check it out. Last time. This should be good. So we're ready to take the membership application. We want to say $1.89 new. Well, it's not going to say new. It's just, I just did that so that we know the difference. Then we're going to put in our name, our phone, our email, our address. We've got, would you like to add your spouse at a discounted rate? Yeah, I really do.
There you go.
Please complete the below information about your spouse if applicable. Spouse's name, phone, email, spouse at gmail.com. Please complete the below referral information. It's Derek. Private membership agreement. I agree. Next. Everything look good here?
Yep.
Okay, we're going to hit next. And there's the summary, $189 for my membership, all of my fields, $60 for my spouse. I'm going to hit next. Everything look good here?
Yeah.
Okay. And then I put in my credit card payment.
All right.
How's that look?
Looks good. The only question I have is, we had $269 for the total membership before.
Where did we get, I was thinking the same thing. Where did we get that from?
I mean, I even went, I knew that the math in my head was right when I looked at 249, but I thought, I know.
Is it $60 more, or was it actually $80 more?
I always heard 60.
That's what I always heard too. And you know what? I feel like when Ro and I were talking about that, he told me 60, and I feel like when he told me 269, I feel like in my head I was like, that doesn't sound right.
Right. Okay.
I don't know if his math was wrong or if it's actually supposed to be 80. Maybe check with him.
Okay. I can do that.
Okay.
And
so that's how.
At this point, it's not going to be hardly anything to change. I mean, we could just go into the forms where you were there and change 60 to 80, and it'll.
And that's all you got. Well, okay.
Yeah.
So there's. Yeah, exactly. You just got to change this amount, but you also have to change it on the member type. So if it needs to be updated, let me know, because there's a couple of checkpoints.
Okay.
What questions do you have? I mean, I feel like you followed along pretty well. The forms are not, I mean, it's robust, but it's not so bad.
Yeah. No, it looks pretty straightforward. And at this point, I don't know that it's good, you know, I don't know that I could say I feel comfortable in going in and making a new form, but I don't know that I don't know that I'm going to be going in and making a new form for quite some time, and I will have forgotten anyway. So there's no point in wasting your time on that.
That's kind of how I was thinking too. So if Ro asks you to create a form, or like whatever the case may be,
we'll go in. Right.
Yeah, you just let me know. Like, even if you guys have graduated from the onboarding process, my email's not going anywhere. Just give me a shout, and we'll jump on a call and we'll do it together. And I'll have you share your screen, and I'll show you how to build it, so that you have hands-on experience.
Great. Okay.
And as people take this membership application, things may come up that row or you want to change, and we can talk through that on calls as well. One other thing that is going to be important for you guys to understand how to work is on the form list. So once again, I got here by going to forms and form list. Next to this membership application, there's a button that says take this form.
Okay.
Row made it sound like you guys were going to be signing people up a lot for them, not necessarily them doing it.
Uh-huh.
So if that happens, just come in here and select take this form, put in somebody's information, and proceed as a new profile.
Okay.
And that'll allow you to take the form as if they were taking.
We'll have to go to the admin portion of the site, into the forms, and then do it that way.
Exactly.
Right. Okay. That is helpful. Okay. Good.
That way, and it may feel like a little scary the first time when somebody's like, actually on the phone with you. But it's pretty straightforward. It'll take you to a form that looks just like what we were doing together after you put this information in.
Okay.
And if you don't want to send them a confirmation email, just check this button in the bottom bottom left-hand corner, and it won't send them a confirmation email.
I don't know why you ever not want to send them a confirmation.
Well, I've sometimes, like, if you guys had a lot of my older associations have paper forms, and sometimes even though they're trying to move to online, their members still want to take paper forms. A paper form may be given to them on a Monday, and they may not get to it until Wednesday afternoon, and they're embarrassed and they don't want to send a confirmation email or something like that.
Gotcha. Okay.
I mean, just an example, but yeah, you probably always want to.
Yeah.
And that's really kind of all I had today. I mean, the membership application looks great. I think we used a good use of time just getting that tidied up. Any other questions for you I can answer?
Not at all. Not right now, anyways.
Okay, let's look at our calendars. I'd like to have our social community training and just going through the Go Live checklist, which I'm going to send you after our call today. I'd like to do that maybe Monday or Tuesday. Or maybe Wednesday. What does your week look like?
Let's see. Monday, I've got a showing. Tuesday, I've got a showing. At 3 o'clock on Monday and 2 o'clock on Tuesday, I've got appointments
that are available, or you're busy.
That I've got that I'm busy on. I'm talking to you right now. I'm not talking to. I'm not playing games like Rose wanted to talk to.
Yeah, let's just do. You don't have to make me pretend or make me feel.
Yeah.
Like you're really busy.